What's going on, everybody, and welcome to a later than usual connector talk, where I bring on people who are connectors, people who use, their life as a network and get opportunity from that. Today, I have Rodney Kwong. Before I talk you up, how you doing, Rodney?
Hey man, how you doing?
Great, dude. So Rodney is like, he's a, what would you call it? He's a copywriter, but he engineers words for entrepreneurs, for leaders, for people who aspire to do things great, and he puts what you do into words. And gosh, I am so bad at creating what exactly he creates. And hold on, can you just? Okay, so yeah, Rodney, explain what you do up first off.
Yeah, sure, man. So what I do is I talk to people who have knowledge and skills inside their head. They want to get their message out to the world, but they're not sure how to do it. So I just talk to them, get inside their head, and then craft a tailored message so they can say what they want to say out to their target audiences, and get the best possible response that they can.
So with someone like me, someone who doesn't, know how to write copy or something like that, like why, what do I need to, what's going to make me a better copywriter? Is it something I can learn, or is it someone, do I need to outsource it to a talent like you?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, definitely, it's something anyone can learn. I mean, I learned it. The quick and easy way is just to outsource it straight away. Someone who's been doing it for years, it's got experience. That's definitely something you can learn. I mean, all it is just about getting your ideas out in a clear and concise kind of way. Tell exactly to people who you are, what you're doing, why it's important for them, and why they've got to take action right now.
Got it. So in entrepreneurship, especially, there's a lot of entrepreneurs, in my audience probably watching this, they don't understand the concept. They hear it all the time, the whole concept of storytelling, telling my story. How do you approach that question and that topic with entrepreneurs? Like, what does it mean to tell your story?
Yeah, definitely. So when you tell a story, what it is about connection.
Hmm.
So you've got some ideas and you've got some great ideas,
Hmm.
skills, lots of business experience, but it's all stuck inside your head. What
Yep.
you're trying to do is trying to get that same message out so it resonates and connects with your audience. So they're like, aha. Then you start bringing them into your world. And that's what copywriting does.
So you create the connection through just kind of using the right, I mean, what does it mean to storytell, to like, should entrepreneurs be focusing on certain elements of their story? I mean, I've tried sitting through copywriting stuff, and I hear different information all over the place. Should people be using like the time they had an epiphany to explain what they do? Do you have any tactics you can share with people about how you approach
Yeah,
it?
sure. So I just the basic one, like you said, is when you have a breakthrough. Usually, a lot of entrepreneurs start off doing something and they got experiences. Maybe something was annoying them, something that they didn't like about the way business was being done. Hey,
Hmm.
your video marketing program, excuse me, a great example. But traditionally, when you had to go and get video marketing done, it took forever. It took a long time, huge lead time, huge production costs, super expensive, and then you get back a final product that you're not even sure if you like or not. So I know, like for example, in your case, that's a great story. You've created a program where people can take back that power, take the control in their own hands, and make that video for themselves. So that's a great story there, and it's just about how you tell that in a way that connects to audiences. It's something that I'm sure a lot of people have experienced in their own businesses when they're doing advertising, when they're doing marketing, but they just don't know about it yet. So what you want to do is just get the message out to them, let them know, hey, I was in the same position as you are. And in this case, I've created this program just for people like you. I mean, I helped myself. I helped so many other businesses, and that's how I can help your business too. Your
Got it.
program like this.
Got it. So would you say it's not so much, because I think what people love about copywriting is the sizzle, like the perfect words and things like that. But what you're saying is it's more about the approach of just telling people about these experiences. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure. You can keep it to its most basic. You don't need to have the sizzle. The sizzle's good. I mean, everyone loves it because it looks hot, looks sexy.
Yep.
But you can just keep it down to basic words. I mean, you can do the copywriting yourself. But like anything, you only have so much time in the day. It's best for your business to focus on what you do best. You know, you're running a business, you're running the operation, you're getting new sales in, new leads, new customer acquisition. When you add in something on top of that, like copywriting, it's just going to take away from what you do best. So that's when you can consider hiring it out to someone who specializes just in writing words.
Got it. So pitch us why words are important, because, I'm always pitching video and how video can, why are words important in the first place? If you could bring us back to that.
Yeah, sure. So it's just about how we communicate. So think about it. Next time you're communicating with someone, what are you doing? You're either talking to them, you're sending them an email, you're redirecting them to your webpage, maybe even sending them something out in the mail, like actual snail mail. But the common thing with all of those is words are behind all of them. It could be the script for your webinar. It could be, the flow of content on your webpage, redirecting them to about you story, your services. And in fact, obviously, if it's a snail mail campaign, it's going to be the words that make them pick up the piece of mail and call you on the phone. So words are behind everything that we do, whether you know it or not. They're there everywhere, and it's the power of those words when they connect with the right audience, with the right message, that can be so useful for your business.
Absolutely. And, I've been learning lately, you guys know me, I'm not, for one, I'm not a words guy, but for two, I'm not a script guy. And, I think I've maybe shot a few script videos in my life. And, I was talking to Rodney because I hired Rodney to do all the copy on this launch I'm doing. And we thought for video number 4 for this launch, why not write a script? So we tried it out. I mean, he wrote copy and I was like, wow, I could speak off the cuff, but words, written down really have a way of, making sure you hit everything, of course. And so I rewrote it, then you rewrote it, and we did it. And so the point being is that, copywriting transcends just, plain text mediums. I mean, you could bring it into the visual realm where I reside, and you could bring it all sorts of places. I've seen there's been 2-word phrases that have changed the world. There's like saw dude, or I don't know, there's words do a lot, and the way words look, the way they make you feel, I mean, they're really great. So if I was an entrepreneur and I bought into everything you're saying here, and I wanted to hire a copywriter to just help me out with let's say my website or whatever, what psychologically do I really need to go to an expert with? Because I never really have many things written down because I don't write, hence why I'm hiring people. What do I need to know? Do I need to know kind of this signature epiphany story, or what should I be able to come with you with to make sure this is all effective?
Yeah. So actually, all you need to do, you don't need anything. The copywriter will usually run out a checklist for you of the things that they need from you. You just need to be open in your communication and just tell your story. Like for lots of people that I work with, excuse me, they never write anything. They just talk to me on the phone. They send me voice clips. We do everything over Skype or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's about you telling me who you are. It's back down to the basics of any great sales message. Who you are, what you got to offer, why this is important, and what you got to do next. So once you get that down, I mean, the rest of it just flows with it. I mean, like I said, we can run through, we can do some edits, we can chop and change stuff around. But once you got those basics down, heck, man, you can do this yourself.
Got it. So not many people know this, but you're going to start knowing about it. I got this program, you can kind of see it. It's called Go Visual. And, we're aiming for the 7-figure launch because we really want to help a lot of entrepreneurs with this video thing. It's not just about money. It's just a milestone to make sure that we know we're making the impact we want. And we brought Rodney on because we know he can help with that. Can you please explain, just to give people the tangible, game plan of what are you doing for us, and I know that you know that your involvement in this is going to push the needle. Tell us what you're doing and why you think it's going to push the needle.
Yeah, sure. So, so this is for everyone out there. Nick came to me and he said, I've got this great idea and I want to get it out there. I want to do a huge launch. And I said, yeah, sure. So basically what we've been doing is, fine tuning the story. Obviously finding out about who Nick is. Because you've got to get that same message out to your audiences, your friends, your family know who you are. Now I know who you are as well. I mean, I know you've been slogging it out hard for years and years, man. And, you've been working hard, like behind the scenes, quietly chipping away. You've had hundreds of businesses. You've been, in publications, interviews, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But first of all, we've got that story down set. And then, we talked about the message. What are we trying to promote? And more importantly, just as important as that, not only what we're trying to promote, but what we aren't trying to promote. For example, this is not just another video marketing course. This is not about how to use settings or like light and shadow or touch up on the edit. I mean, it includes all that stuff, but it's much, much bigger than that. We're talking about a zoomed out 40,000 foot view, like the long play here. We're talking marketing strategy. We're talking the revolution of video marketing. We're on the cusp of something huge here. And that's why we're so excited, man. Like, I'm pumped, just talking about it now, man. I've been pumped since I got on board, because I see it's huge. And that's why we want to get so many people on board with this. The other thing is that the stats have shown us, market research about, the impact of video marketing. So now's the time to get on board. I mean, we don't want anyone to be left behind because if we don't help our audiences, their competitors are going to get in on this.
Yeah.
And that's a fact, so it's, so that's where we dialed in the message about what we want to say, what we're doing, what we're about and what we want to do for our customers.
Yeah.
Then the next part is then just getting down the tone of voice, obviously, you want to say something that reflects how you talk, reflects how you are, how you act. It's different if you maybe selling to say some Fortune 500 companies. Maybe the language is a bit more toned back. Dial it a bit. But depending on the audience and who you want to connect with, you got to get the tone of voice right, and that's something super important as well. Like on a side note, I was working with a different client, and she was saying that she hired a copywriter for a few months. When the writing came back, she was a little bit disappointed because, one, the writing, and two, but the major part was it didn't sound like her when she was, if she read it back out, it sounded like a completely different person. So, she couldn't use it. So, what I did there was, got on the phone with her, like, forget email, man, just go straight to the phone, go Skype, go Zoom, go Facebook Live, whatever you do, go face to face. If I was in California, I'd be there knocking on a door. You know what I mean? Like having a coffee.
Yep.
You just go face to face, really talk to the person.
You need to be.
And, and get that's the next part of the message, really capturing the tone of voice. And, because what you're doing is representing that person, you're representing that company, that organization, that movement. So you've got to be in there. You've got to be part of that team. You can't just be an outsider, which is probably, one of the biggest takeaways I think you can say for copywriting is, even though you outsource it literally to a third party, you can't just be a third party sitting on the sidelines. You've got to be in there with the team. You've got to be in there every day. You've been working with them side by side, like sweating it out. That's the only way that you can capture that message and that tone of voice in the right way.
Yeah, man. And then on top of that, I mean, there's all the places you can write, right? I mean, you've been writing our ads, you've been writing our landing pages, our sales pages, swipe files for emails. You've been writing our emails. We're going to be doing some direct stuff. So not to overwhelm people, but there are many, many places that you can throw words that are going to move the needle, because we are trying to uncover as many places as we can.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah, you just got to just cover as many bases as you can. Just get out there, man. Just work. Just send out that stuff. Because you just got to get that message out there, and then try to hit as many of the right customers as you can when you get that message out there.
And then guys, you put the message out, starts connecting, you're starting to build these connections. And before you know it, you just have this network that you could rely upon. I think Jeff Walker, if you guys are familiar with him, he has this like story that he always tells. Basically, like, you know, this school, you know, mom went up to him and was like, "You don't have any money? Do you have any money saved aside, or how are you saving money for your kids' education?" He was like, "I don't have any money saved. I have a list. You know, I'll just promote something." And basically, the whole idea is that he has a network, he has people, he has an audience, he's built connections. And he doesn't worry about anything financially, emotionally, anything, because he knows if he needs anything, he has an entire network of people that are there to help him. So when we talk copywriting, or we talk Facebook ads with David Schloss, or we talk innovation with Don Wettrick, what we're really talking here are different ways we could be connecting with each other, because that's really what it's all about. Well, I'm just going to end this by telling a little story. Like, Rodney reached out to me because I put an ad out for a copywriter I needed, and I got so many freaking, I think I got like 30 to 40. I actually had someone hit me up today saying, "Hey, do you still need that job done?" So we'll say 30 people hit me up, and I chose a guy. You know, he got a project done. I wasn't so happy. It kind of dulled down the situation. Rodney reached out again to me, and I wish I could read your messages, man. Like, the way you write, I just couldn't ignore it the second time. Like, the second time you said it, like you said something at first that was huge, and then the second time you said it, that's another crazy thing, is if you get good at copy, you can just directly reach out.
There's probably too many messages in there now, I think.
Yeah, man, you're crazy. But anyways, so he reached out a second time. I'm like, "Man, I don't think I can afford you, but I'll hop on a call with you." Hopped on a call, you know, fell in love with the guy, hired him, and it's been history ever since. So that's another example of how you guys can be using social media to make connections, just one-on-one. You don't always need to think about this as like a, you know, distribution tool. Like, it's a place to connect with other humans, man.
Absolutely, man. Always be connecting.
Yeah. So, cool. Anything else you want to say to the audience of, you know, soon to be connectors?
Yeah. Hey, everyone. I mean, geez, you know, Nick, me, we're just normal guys, you know, like, you know, we're not like super famous. We're not like, we don't have rich parents, and we're not, you know, like anything like super amazing, but all it is just getting out there, working at it day in, day out, getting out there, connecting, talking to people, offer value. You know, it doesn't have to be an exchange of money or cash, you know, like, you can just help someone out, like say, "Hey, I got something," or "I know someone that might be able to help you." Just go out there and connect. And then the rest of it will just follow in from that. You know, like even in this case, like, you know, we talked, and Nick was saying like, "Yeah, you know, like, I'm not sure about the budget now." I said, "Okay, don't worry about it. Let me just do something for you, and just see what you think." And,
and then you did it, and then I went out raving for you, and, you know.
Yeah, and then we just connected, you know.
You know,
you know, and now we're on a project together. And the best thing is, even after this project's finished, you know, we'll still be in touch, you know, like, and I'll be connecting people likewise to Nick, you know, like, I'm telling everyone about this video program, man. And next time someone wants like a video project shot, they want like a video business card, like, I'm directing them straight to you, man. There's not even anyone else on my list. It's like, go straight to Nick, tell them I sent you, and that's it. Like, that's it. Like, that's my entire list for video production, man. Like, I don't even need to think about any other. And, you know, like, that's like my top one recommendation, and I'm telling everyone about that. So it works both ways.
Exactly. And imagine if you create hundreds of these, you know, relationships with people where you're the one being promoted to because they understand you, because you're putting out the proper words in the videos and all that stuff. It's a crazy thing, man. Well, thank you so much for coming to the Connector Talk, man. I appreciate that, and can't wait to keep working.
Thanks so much for your time, man.
We're doing. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow on the next episode. Okay.